So far in our property management KPI series, we've talked about annual contract value, customer lifetime value, and sales closing ratio. Today, we'll cover customer acquisition cost. Customer acquisition cost, or CAC, is the backbone of every property management marketing campaign because it tells you what you're actually paying, on average, per new client. You can calculate this by door or by owner, but we recommend running both metrics. That way, if you increase your average number of doors per owner, you can earn more revenue from each customer. To calculate your CAC, you'll need your annual sales expenses, your annual marketing expenses, and the number of owners you brought on over the last 12 months. Your sales and marketing expenses should include the salaries of your sales and marketing team if you have them. Having those staff is a critical part of acquiring customers, so you need to add those numbers in when calculating your customer acquisition cost. Your CAC will vary widely depending on your market. Let's break it down by our 3 example regions again. For our West Coast example, let's say you employ one salesperson and you pay them $60,000 a year. We'll use that number as your sales expenses. For marketing, let's assume you've got a package with 4.5, as well as a budget for Google Ads. That costs you about $5,000 a month, which means your annual owner marketing expenses are $60,000. Let's say you brought on 35 new owners last year. To calculate your CAC, add your sales and marketing expenses and divide by the total number of new owners acquired in the last year. This means your CAC will be about $3,429. If that number looks a bit scary, don't forget that the CLV of that owner is $15,120. An easy way to benchmark your CAC is to determine its ratio to your customer lifetime value. According to Clipfolio, Demand Jump, and other sources we found, you should be looking for a 3-to-1 ratio between your CLV and your CAC. In our West Coast example, the ratio is closer to 4-to-1, which isn't too bad, but it does indicate that you could be spending more on owner marketing to acquire your customers. Now let's take a look at what the CAC might be for the Midwest and the Southeast. For our Southeast example, let's say your salesperson makes $40,000 a year and your marketing expenses are about $30,000. Enough for a 4.5 scale package, as well as a decent Google Ads budget. Add those two numbers together and divide by the 35 doors you acquired last year, and that'll give you a CAC of $2,000. With a CLV of $7,560, your CLV to CAC ratio is about 3-to-1. In our Midwest example, let's say your salesperson makes $30,000 a year and your marketing expenses are $25,000. Still plenty of money for 4.5's basic traction package and a decent Google Ads budget. Just like before, add these numbers together and divide by your annual door growth of 35 and you'll get your CAC of $1,571. With a CLV of $6,048, your CLV to CAC ratio is about 3-to-1, just where you want it. Remember that these are simplified examples intended to provide you with the tools to start thinking about your own KPIs, and not meant to be a strict and perfect set of rules. There are a wide variety of additional factors you will need to weigh in. For example, revenue you make from other non-rent sources, marketing you do to attract tenants and not owners, etc. We hope these guidelines can serve as a launchpad for you to better understand your business. With these 4 KPIs under your belt, you're ready to bring everything together. Stay tuned for the final part of our property management KPI series, in which we'll walk you through how to use your KPIs to determine your owner marketing budget.